So probably one of the most important things about our school district is high performance, high levels of student achievement. And as superintendent, my most important responsibility is to make sure that we have a culture in place, that we have support systems in place, to make sure that good work is happening at our schools. Every day I get up and I try to remember that my job is to serve teachers and families, to make sure that our teachers are well supported to do the very best they can for every student in their classroom.
You know, I think two of the things that make Fremont stand out is the location and the people that make up Fremont. We are beautifully situated in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have two major international airports, both very close to us. We have two freeways. We're about to open up our second BART station. So as far as location goes, we are a great place to be because in a few hours you can be in the Bay, a few hours you can be in San Francisco, an hour you can be in San Francisco, an hour you're in Santa Cruz. We have great employment centers around here. We are a major part of Silicon Valley. So our location is a key thing, but I'd say the other thing that makes us special is the people that make up Fremont. And Fremont's a very highly educated community. Education's very important to the people of Fremont. We're a very diverse city. You're probably not going to find a more diverse city than the city of Fremont. So I always tell people the two greatest things about Fremont are our location and our people.
We're fortunate that Fremont has a high salary compared to the Alameda County and area districts here in the Bay Area. I think one of the areas that new teachers or new employees struggle with is the here and now moment and not thinking of the longevity of the profession. And studies have shown that sometimes the overturn of employees is anywhere from 3 to 5 years. But if you look at our salary schedule, it really increases over time. And so trying to look forward as far as, you know, this is a longevity profession. It's not a 3 or 5 year term. And part of our challenge is to help our younger teachers understand, you know, this isn't just for this time period. You need to look at this as a profession. And as you increase through the years, your salary is going to increase. One of the great things about our district is that we have the increases in our salary to try to not fully cover, but try to manage the health piece, because that is an issue. The reason I say that it's a benefit is that as you continue with your profession, when you retire, you're going to retire at a higher salary base. You know, and sometimes it's really hard to take a look at that when you're, say, 25 to 30 years old, you know, because retirement seems so far away. But if you think about staying with that profession, and as you map it out through your years, your retirement's going to be that much more. And so I think that's a really benefit to Fremont in that our salaries are increased compared to other school districts. And it's a benefit to our employees currently as well as the future.
I think one of the most important things, I had worked for the Los Angeles School District for 30 years. And one of the most important things I believe is really working someplace that feels like family, that feels like home, where you're welcomed. And when I came to interview for the position here, I was so impressed at the culture of the school district, the people who worked here, that I desperately wanted to become a part of this organization, to be a part of a school district that really focused on doing what was best for teachers and students, and had a culture where people remember the most important thing that happens every day is what happens between the teacher and the student.
My name is Prince Padania. I currently teach first grade at Oliveira Elementary, and I've been with the district just over 10 years. I started as a paraeducator in adult school, and after that I was a student teacher in 4th grade, and then I became a substitute teacher in the intermediate grades, and finally landed as a classroom teacher where I've taught kindergarten and now first grade. In terms of working in Fremont Unified, one of the best and first reasons that I came here was because there was such an opportunity for growth. You know, as I said, I started as a paraeducator, and from that experience, I was able to translate that into becoming a substitute and a student teacher, and then now as a classroom teacher. It's a really unique experience in terms of growing professionally. And now as a classroom teacher, there's so much support. There's an incredible network from our district in terms of professional development, in terms of bringing new things into the classroom, bringing pretty much as much as you want to grow and as successful and as effective a teacher you want to be, the opportunity is there for you to grow in Fremont.
Well, every district has its own personality and its own style, and a few things that stand out about Fremont to me is that it's a large district. We have 42 schools, 35,000 students, but it's a large district that feels like a family, and that's a pretty hard thing to get in a district that really does serve so many students and staff members. But there's a sense of we're all here for the same reason, and that is to make our students' lives better. And you come across any person in the district, from the custodian to a teacher to office staff to assistant superintendent, directors, principals, and you will hear the same expectation and the same feeling around what we need to do for students. So I would like to say that every district is student-centered, but Fremont really truly is.
When you sign your actual contract to be an employee, you then have a much bigger contract of all your rights and the rights of the district, and that's called the collective bargaining agreement. And it looks like this currently. It is very thick, as you can see, and not everyone gets this handed to them. It's online because it is so thick, and we're actually in negotiations to update it, so it will be changing in the next few months. What that means is when you want to know about what you get for sick days, when you want to know about maybe leave of absences, if you want to know about your prep, your hours of work, pretty much everything about the working conditions, IEPs, extra duty hours you have to do. That's all been negotiated between FUDTA and the district over many, many years. And that's the main purpose of what I do, because we are so large. I'm full-time release president, which means I'm not teaching and doing this job. I taught elementary school at Niles Elementary School, 2nd and 5th grade, but now I'm just doing this for 4 years. And we just make sure the district and our folks understand the rights and problem solve, work together on trying to be proactive so there aren't problems, but when there are problems that we work collaboratively, hopefully, to work those problems out.
This is an exciting time to be in Fremont. You know, never before in my lifetime being born here, I think is our more exciting time with our innovation district coming up, with the partnership we have with the City of Fremont and the Fremont Unified School District to build a brand new state-of-the-art school right across the street from Tesla. I think that's a pretty cool time to be in Fremont. So we are excited about the future here in Fremont. We're excited about the possibilities here in Fremont, and I think this is an excellent time to be part of the Fremont community.
In Fremont, none of our schools have fences around them. Why? Because they're a part of the community. They're open to the community. You can drive around Fremont and you'll see families having picnics on school grounds on the weekend. Schools are really an integral part and centers of each of the 42 communities within Fremont that the schools reside.
Another area that we've been focusing on with our administrators is calibrating how they evaluate certificated and classified staff. So what we took is a group of administrators and we went into a classroom to try and focus, what is it that you're seeing and what is it that really captures you, that you can really affirm the education that's going on in the classroom and share that with a teacher.
With their curriculum and instruction department, basically, if there's anything you want to learn, anything you want to get better at as an instructor, if you want to learn new ways to bring technology into the classroom or ways to integrate math and science with writing, there's opportunities and there's classes and courses that you can take that the district offers through coaches, through mentor teachers, and just an incredible and unique network of support.
So it's a growing community, a lot of wonderful things happening with the city itself and the school district is at a place where I can say it's the best it's ever been. And I'm not saying that just because I'm in this seat, but the leadership right now is really student focused and collaborative with the employees who work with those students. There is a lot of teacher input on decisions that are made, and when the tough decisions get to made, yes, that's what the district office is there for, but they're very open to having teacher voice, which is something that, as the teacher union and association president, of course, that's something that I value tremendously and try to keep pushing. Like, you need to talk to the people who are with the children every day.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all education. It's very customized based on data and what our students need. And so we're making strategic decisions around what it is we're teaching, how we're teaching it, and then what are we doing to extend that learning or to intervene when students don't get it. And so how that works essentially is through teacher collaboration and setting up goals for student learning and having really good, deep, honest conversations about what's working for kids and what's not working for kids. And it requires that we be humble and that we be reflective and that we recognize that we are experts, but there's always something more to learn. It's about building a community of learners among the adults in order to help the community of learners who are our students.